Experts say that society will collapse by 2040. This is what researchers from the top university of MIT has predicted. But why that specific year, and why is it happening so soon? And more importantly, is there anything that we as humans can do to prevent this? All throughout history, many people have tried to predict the collapse of civilization, whether it was the Mayans predicting the end of the world in 2012 or the planet-destroying asteroid in 2016. We have managed to overcome all of them. But then, what makes this one so special? Well, with the recent events such as the global pandemic in 2020, Russia attacking Ukraine in 2022, and now even the war between Israel and Palestine brewing, it certainly feels like the world is teetering on the edge of collapse. There are even rumors that the tensions between China and Taiwan could escalate, potentially triggering World War III. With all these in mind, it certainly does seem like the world is coming to an end soon. So, what's pushing us toward the anticipated collapse of society in 2040? To uncover this mystery, we must first delve deeper into a report made by one of the world's top research institutions. In 1972, the world's best scientists met at MIT and concluded the world was on track to collapse by the year 2040. Back in that year, some brilliant minds from MIT published a report called The Limits to Growth. It was like tossing a massive stone into the pool of academic discussions, causing ripples that spread far and wide. What did this report achieve, you might wonder? Well, it used some seriously advanced computer simulations, a bit like those super complex video games, to investigate what could happen if we kept doing what we were doing. And guess what? The results were more than a little surprising. The simulations painted a picture that if we kept growing our population without any restraints, and that if we continue depleting our resources and polluting without thinking about the consequences, then things might get pretty tough by the middle of the 21st century. This report wasn't just a quiet whisper. It was like a thunderous wake-up call. It practically yelled, "Hey, we gotta rethink about how we're doing things. We need to be smarter about how we're using our resources and actually take better care of our planet." Thus, it sparked discussions about sustainability, which is just a fancy way of saying we need to ensure we continue living without causing too much harm to our planet. It also encouraged people to consider resource management, like not using everything up too quickly and finding a more balanced approach to growing and living. Now let's shift back to present day, and it's been almost 50 years since their prediction, and has anything changed? Honestly, not much. One of the most crucial factors affecting our future right now, the size of the global population. Currently, we're a massive 8 billion strong and still growing. If we maintain this pace, experts believe we might reach a staggering 9 billion by the time 2040 comes around. So why is a growing population a big deal? Well, under normal circumstances, it's not. However, at our current pace, it definitely is. To put it in perspective, it took thousands of years for a human population to reach its first billion, while our next billion will only take less than 2 decades. When population grows rapidly, we need more food, and that puts a lot of pressure on our farms and food systems. Furthermore, it's not just about the number of people, it's about how well we can take care of everyone. This brings us into our first main topic, which is sustainability. This is all about being smart with our resources so that the folks that come after us can still enjoy them. For instance, we've got water. You know, the stuff you drink, use to cook, and even clean yourself with. It's super important and we can't live without it. But here's the catch, there's not an unlimited amount. With climate change speeding things up, we're looking at more and more droughts and not enough water to go around. This might lead to people arguing over this precious resource, and that's not a good situation we want to be in. Next, we've got food scarcity. Think about all the yummy stuff you eat every day. But what if we didn't have enough for everyone? That would mean some would have to go to bed hungry. That's not something we want. If we don't improve how we produce and share food, we might find ourselves in a tricky situation. Plus, the more energy we need, the harder it is on our power sources. Although resources such as fossil fuels have been our main energy suppliers for a while, there is a drawback. They won't last forever, and they come with an unwanted side effect. By releasing greenhouse gases and contributing to climate change, a topic you're probably familiar with, by the time 2040 rolls around, if we continue to rely on these fossil fuels, we just might find ourselves in the midst of an energy crisis as oil and natural gas run out. Now, let's chat about technology, especially AI. It's a bit like a two-sided coin. On one hand, it's super cool, making our lives easy, but on the other hand, there are some things we need to watch out for. Imagine living in a world full of exciting technology, phones that can do almost anything, cars that drive themselves, and robots that help with chores. It's like something from a sci-fi movie, right? Take automation and artificial intelligence, for example. These super smart computer programs are changing how we work. They can do some jobs better and faster than most humans can, which is awesome. But there's a downside. It means that folks like you and me might end up losing our jobs, and that's a big deal because jobs are what helps us earn money. And without them, it becomes tough to even afford the things we need. But that's not all. Think about privacy. The idea that you can keep your personal stuff, well, personal. With all these cameras everywhere, it can certainly feel like someone is watching your each and every move. And you don't want that because in today's world, the internet is filled with all kinds of dangers such as scams, malwares, and even people trying to steal your personal information. Which is why we are working with NordVPN. NordVPN has many features such as built-in threat protection to block malicious ads, while also letting you change your location virtually to watch shows that normally wouldn't be available in your country. It works by encrypting your data so that no outsiders can get their hands on your confidential information, especially when you're connecting to a public Wi-Fi where all of your passwords, files, and even money are at risk of being stolen. So sign up with our referral link and you'll get an extra 3 months free in addition to your annual plan, or a 1 month free on a monthly plan. And if at any point you're not satisfied, there's also a 30-day money-back guarantee. Full disclosure, GNE does get a percentage for each person that signs up using our link, but rest assured, all that money will be reinvested into making content that you all watch and love. So thank you. In today's world, if your personal information ends up in the wrong hands, then that can be a big problem. Online criminals can steal your personal identity, access your bank account, and even seriously interfere with your personal lives. For instance, with the rise of AI, anyone with access to internet can even replicate the appearance and voices of presidents and celebrities.
What you see is not real.
Now, let's talk about something that those in power have consistently swept under the rug, but has only become even more important, and that is the ever-increasing social unrests. In a world where there are limited resources and everyone is trying to compete for them, it is no wonder that we clash from time to time. These global tensions can lead to serious problems such as messing up people's lives, driving them out of their homes, and even causing wars. Like when Russia attacked Ukraine or when Palestine attacked Israel for more land. Furthermore, this can also be seen on a personal scale. In recent decades, the cost of living has shot up like never before, making it tough for people all over the world to pay for their day-to-day necessities as inflation outpaces their paychecks. Not to mention, more and more people are getting trapped in poverty as the middle class slowly evaporates into thin air, with the majority of people being either very wealthy or very poor. This has also led to an increasing number of people feeling unhappy and frustrated as no matter how hard they work, they just can't seem to have any money left over. It's like a hamster endlessly running on a wheel or a cog stuck in the machine, constantly turning without getting anywhere. While the picture we painted was pretty dark, there is fortunately still some good news. We have the knowledge, technology, and power to deal with it. However, only by putting aside our differences and working together will we be able to overcome these huge obstacles set before us. On a global scale, we need leaders who can unite different countries and get them to work as a team. This teamwork and cooperation among nations are the secret ingredients to solving these challenges. It's like when your friends team up for a game and the entire team wins. But here's the key. We need leaders who aren't only focused on today, but also what's good for everyone in the long run. That said, the future is in your hands. The decisions we make today will shape the world we live in tomorrow. We hope this video got you thinking about the future and how you too can become an important player in making this a better world to live in. If you found this video entertaining, please consider giving it a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button to see more amazing videos. Your support means the world to us. And remember, knowledge is power, and only together can we build a brighter future. Thanks for joining us today, and see you in the next one.